Welcome everyone. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in. This is my second channel and it's a pleasant surprise to see some growth here. Not much compared to some channels, I'm sure, but I appreciate it all truly nonetheless. I'll upload here more routinely in the coming weeks, e-bike content related certainly, but lifestyle stuff peppered in between as well. I want to make this my fun channel. Now back to the topic. Today we're going to discuss road rules when it comes to e-bikes. Now, these vary immensely depending on where in the world you're living, and here in America it can be very different from city to city. I'm going to go over the US more so since it's my stomping grounds, but I'll give some honorable mentions to other countries as well for my viewers abroad. First, we have to understand the definition of what qualifies as an e-bike. I'm living in Minnesota in the States, and for my neck of the woods, it has to have a seat and operational pedals to qualify as an electric bike. Yet this is important to note so we can differentiate, say my Engway here, from a full-on moped. The motor can't exceed 1,000 watts and a max speed of 20 miles per hour, and it must disengage when the brakes are applied. And different wattages of e-bikes are prohibited in spots of the world, and rules can be split by what the definition of an e-bike is. One notable example is from my friends across the pond in the UK. Electric bikes should not exceed 250 watts and cannot legally travel with throttle over 25 kilometers per hour or 15.5 freedom units. You can, however, pedal your bike as fast as you want past that maximum speed. If you're from that neck of the woods and want to put the pedal to the metal, you could get a faster bike so long as you conform to the requirements, regulations, and registrations. That'll put you in a different class of e-bike known as speed pedalic. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Australia rules are pretty similar to the UK, but there's no speed restrictions when off-road. Russia is about the same. New Zealand, anything under 300 watts is fair game. Over this is moped ruled territory. So that brings me full circle back to my e-bike laws, which are pretty straightforward and relaxed in my opinion, especially compared to the rest of the world. Also, keep in mind that I'm no law expert by any means, nor am I without sin. I deviate from some of these rules if they deviate from what I feel is common sense. I'm not gonna pedal this bike up a 40-mile-an-hour inclining hill when there's no shoulder and a sidewalk to ride on. By all means, I still get up that hill if it's my only way, but I'm not gonna be that guy that'll hold up traffic when I can help it. For example, I'm blessed here in my town with plentiful bike lanes on my streets, trails to wet my whistle, and loads of commute options for safe riding. There's city ordinance for electric bikes, and here's the following. Quote, no person shall ride a motorized foot scooter or electric bicycle on any sidewalk except when necessary to enter or leave adjacent property. Unquote. But further down it states, quote, except as prohibited by sections or state law, a person may ride a bicycle, electric assisted bicycle, or any motorized foot scooter on any street, sidewalk, roadway, public path, or trail. Unquote. So again, don't copy me or do what I say. Just think of all this as guidelines. Well, at least here for the United States. I interpret this as yes, I'm gonna ride my bike on bike lanes whenever possible. I'm not riding on busy sidewalks unless it's super necessary, and I can use these on bike trails unless there's signs or indications that it's not allowed. Something important to note from my local laws that for the most part agree with federal laws in the states here is that on mixed foot and bike trails, us bike riders must yield to pedestrians. So yes, pretty common sense stuff. On a larger scale, here in the US, 26 states have 3-tiered e-bike classification. So say a class 1 bike would be one that provides assistance only when the rider's pedaling and will cease once it reaches 20 miles per hour. Class 2 bike is one with a motor used exclusively for propelling the bike and is not capable of passenger assist once reaching 20 miles an hour. Class 3 would be a motor-equipped bike that is only passenger assisted and ceases assistance once reaching 28 miles on the speedo. So now it's time to enter the cool guy zone, helmets. They aren't required everywhere, and not here as of making this video in Minnesota, but nearly 25 states in the US have some kind of requirements. Connecticut being the strictest, requiring anyone of any bike class and their passengers to wear one. Maine, Maryland, and Florida require riders 16 and under to wear a helmet, New Jersey 17, and New York 14. These laws vary state to state, so I would say read up on these if this is a concern to you and you're under the age of 21, because that's the cap off to become an adult. In the rest of the country, we're good. States with the 3-tiered class generally will have some sort of requirement for larger and faster bikes. In all 26 3-tiered states, your ride needs to have a label with its classification number, top assisted speed, and motor wattage. As for a license, 6 states in the US require one: Alabama, Alaska, Massachusetts, Missouri, North Dakota, and New Mexico. So all in all, if you're from anywhere in the world that isn't the US, be mindful of your e-bike regarding its size. My Angway is the 500 watt, and I've definitely seen bigger bikes locally, 750 and thousands to be exact, but I personally think the size of mine is a sweet spot for weight and power. Globally, it may be twice the size of legal limit, unfortunately. Be mindful of both laws and using your common sense. Wear a helmet if you're not of age, because we don't want to catch a case on some petty stuff, right? Quick video this week, and I'll be back next week with an Angway video, maybe a magnet video, social commentary, maybe something regarding combat sports. I don't know yet. We'll see what the algorithm likes. But find me on Instagram, check out Matt's notes if you're into photography, etc., etc. Thank you for watching.